So from afar, that might look like a staff or a spear, but it's actually an outdoor umbrella. So this first style is a style that involves umbrellas. So I will show you this one. This is more the type of umbrella you're probably more used to, the long kind of umbrella. So he's using it to thrust. He's using it to defend himself maybe. And then I'll show you some other interpretations of this. So this is a style that exists in many different styles. So this is a weapon. This guy's interpretation is very neat. Look at the hook. Using the hook of the umbrella more, right? The hook obviously has a lot of gripping power. So you can use it to slash, you could use it to thrust. This is a weapon of martial art that exists in many Kung Fu styles, just to clarify again. For those of you who know China, not only do people use umbrellas for the rain, a lot of people, to prevent sun exposure to damage their skin, actually use umbrellas for the sun too. So you wonder, okay, well, what if you live in an area that doesn't get a lot of rain? Well, it probably gets a lot of sun and people will still be carrying around umbrellas. And that's why it makes sense that an umbrella would be so useful for a self-defense tool, and it would be used in a lot of Kung Fu styles. I've seen the umbrella used in Tai Chi styles and Hung Gar styles. And for those of you who understand this instrument, let me know what other styles of Kung Fu have the umbrella as one of the self-defense or martial arts weapons. I forgot to say Five Ancestors style. So this guy does Wuzu, aka Five Ancestors. That was actually featured, by the way. This style was featured in Jesse's video on karate. And it kind of makes sense because Hung Gar and Wuzu, aka Five Ancestors, have similar roots in Shaolin. For any of you that think this looks like Bushido, I again have to remind you of all the cane styles that exist in Western martial arts, because a lot of people carried around canes back in the day. So of course a martial art would have evolved based on what people naturally carry around. This next martial arts makes a lot of sense when you know the geography of China. So this is a smaller boat, and this guy's doing different taolu, different katas on there. Here's a bigger boat, so there's room for weapons. So this is basically Chuan Quan, also known as Boat Kungfu. This style developed in different parts of southern China. You use different bare hands and different weapons that you might find on a boat. A little history lesson with my scholarly glasses. One of the reasons why China was one of the cradles of civilization is because China had many navigable rivers. Southern China especially is very water dense. There's lots of rivers, lots of places for fishermen, for boats of all sizes, for canals to connect different parts of a city, if not different cities. So if a sizable number of people in ancient China up until modern day have spent a lot of their time on boats, there's inevitably going to be problems and conflicts that arise because of people being on boats. So now you might ask, why would you have to develop fighting styles specifically for a boat? For any of you who've been on any type of dock, any type of boat, any type of instrument that's on the water, your sense of balance, your sense of force generation changes a lot because of water. Water is not solid. My MMA friend Jason has told the story many times, and this is why he actually got into Tai Chi. So at this point, he was retired from MMA. He's had 8 fights already. One time, he's on a floating wooden dock with his family. Either drunk guy or some guy who just a little bit out of control that day tried to start something with him. He was at a loss because, first of all, he's got his family there. But second of all, it's a floating wooden dock. It's not steady. So he didn't even know if a fight went down, what he would have done. Do you take him down? Do you hit him? Do you wait for him to attack? Incidents like these would have inevitably happened back in the day in China. Through generations of experience, there's going to be a system of what to do, aka algorithms as to what happens if there's any sort of conflict, whether on floating wooden docks, solid wooden docks, any other type of docks, ships, etc. So then that begs the question, for those of you who know HEMA or Western martial arts history, did any sort of fighting system, actually I just answered my own question, savate. Savate developed because French sailors needed to fight on boats. Look at that, I just answered my own question. You see, wow. The Boat Kung Fu people and the savate people need to get together. Talking about savate, by the way, Coach Nicholas and I are going to get together soon. So stay tuned for that. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this exploration. Have you known or seen these Kung Fu styles? I bet you haven't. I haven't even seen these. So 2 Kung Fu styles you've never seen before. More to come. Let's make this do well.